Also going low, so the extra attack speed, it's just pretty ridiculous stuff. But here we go. Semifinals time, and this, ladies and gentlemen, will be live. Beryl versus Prey, Deft versus Canna, and selfishly, I desperately want it to be Deft versus Prey. Of course, both of them ex-DRX bottom laners and have been playing for this entire time against one another. Both of them, some of the biggest names in as far as, you know, Korean AD carries are concerned. So I'm selfishly looking forward to that. However, Beryl has he's been showing us some pretty sweet Warwick. As Prey's decided Zin's house where he's going now.
The master duelist. Self-named.
Yeah. So I thought that we'd actually see like a champ select, but it looks like there aren't going to be any bans or anything like that.
There were
this
bans,
was
actually. I
Did
saw
we
some
see
bans
them
down there, yeah.
Oh, okay. Didn't quite see which ones it was.
I guess they're just going to try to kill each other?
Yeah, level 3. Barrier still available here from Prey, so he does have a big advantage. Never mind. Beryl just goes through it with a Q. Easy.
Prey's like, wow, Warwick's OP. Just reaffirming Beryl's suspicions.
I was watching this and I was like, oh, Prey's got him. Like, you know, the barrier went down too early from Beryl. But then, you know, just didn't quite have enough.
The GG. Yeah, the attack speed that comes out. And then, you know, he's just gaining life over the course of Prey running back. And it kind of does feel like Warwick's really good in this game mode, at least. The Snowdown Showdown.
Yeah, Prey like taking a bit of damage here as Beryl pops out of the brush, and this is just going to be really, really hard for Zin. He wants to be all-inning, but when your opponent's just going to get all of his health back, it's going to be a really rough time. So we'll see whether any grievous wounds can be picked up by Prey. Certainly what you want. It does have Ignite, of course, but are you going to be able to kill the Warwick in the Ignite window? It's going to be the question.
Answer, probably no. We'll see, though.
Audacious charge coming out here from Prey. Does get a little bit of health down onto Beryl, but the onus really is on Prey to try and keep this pressure up and stop Beryl from being able to walk up to the minion wave, because as soon as he does, he gets to just lap up these minions, try and put that health back together.
Yeah. You can see Prey's actually positioning really well here. Just way up in the minions, not giving Beryl any time to do that, as you were mentioning, and slowly chipping away at him. He's still got enough mana.
Yep.
But he's losing a bunch of time now. That was actually a good amount of time for Beryl to gain some health back and get the health pack on top of that.
You see, slight CS advantage. Audacious charge coming down yet again as Beryl does have level 6 available. Prey gonna have to hope that he can move out of the way in time. No flash available, remember, and not a lot of mobility outside of that Audacious charge that Prey will want to use aggressively. So you have to feel like Beryl should be able to get basically free ultimates available here. Prey with some disengage options with his own ult as well, so it'll be okay.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be running out of time. He's already down a kill. And we don't actually have the timer, so I don't know like how far along we are and when the sudden death will begin.
That's part of the mystery. I think it makes it better.
Part of the fun. It's a surprise.
Yeah. Prey does make it back. Execution is calling now put together. That's what we were looking for. Wow, I haven't heard that line in so long. I've been in Korea for too long, dude.
It's actually great. The English
The nostalgia. It's like waves upon waves of nostalgia today, dude.
Yeah. Well, there's a massive wave coming in, and he's just going to be able to take it, try to poke down Beryl a little bit, it seems. But he's down a level from the earlier trade. He's down on CS. And I do like that they added in kind of the sudden death and the 2 kills and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's pretty rough to get that second kill when you're in a spot like this.
Yeah. Wind becomes lightning, not going to find any Warwicks as Beryl's going to lumber his way back forward. Also, I mean, Prey does have slightly more early game focused Keystone as well, as you know, you can see Beryl just trying to stack up his Grasp of the Undying as this lane continues. And items wise, he just had a lot more money when he went back home. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, just doing his thing. Just picked up his first item. And we'll see if Prey has got anything else. Well, he's got some boots.
Not sure whether shoes are going to be enough, you know?
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling that being the difference maker here, to be completely honest.
Please do. Please be honest.
Yeah.
As Beryl's just going to push another minion wave towards his turret, also having a monopoly on these health packs that he doesn't need, but just wants to deny. And yeah. Oh dear. Beryl walks up to the turret, gets a lot of damage there, as you can see with the Demolish proc. Another win condition has now been brought to light by the Warwick.
I guess he's just so far ahead and he knows it that he can just go for little cheeky plays like that, even though he is playing a melee champion. And I think the second he starts trading with Prey with this Divine Sunder, it's just going to be like, okay, where did your health bar go? Like,
yeah.
What happened? It's, I don't think it's going to look too pretty.
Now able to get that back off in time as well. I believe sudden death will be coming up very, very shortly. Remember, 7 minutes. That one is going to be upon us. Prey gets the wave shoved into the turret. Does he have enough time for one more back is going to be the question, as Beryl desperately trying to stop it. Oh dear. Yep, sudden death, 30 seconds.
There it goes. And again, if Prey gets the kill, he will win, but it puts so much pressure on him to try to force the fight when he's really far behind. So we'll see what he can do here.
Yeah, picks up the Iron Spike whip on his way back. But I just, oh man, look at that. Now a Bramble Vest completed by Beryl. And that's going to make things extraordinarily difficult.
Yeah.
Next kill wins, remember guys. Sudden Death doesn't really care about Beryl collecting that kill from earlier, so theoretically even playing field. But I think we know that it's not really that case.
Yeah.
As these minions, you know, Prey does have slight minion advantage.
Prey's just over there dancing.
Yeah.
All right,
what's
Prey,
the game plan,
it's
Prey?
Time to pull the Xinjiao. You got to get in there.
Oh, does land the W.
Alrighty.
Oh no, Beryl. Level advantage.
Beryl's like, come on, fight me.
Misses the W. Oh, it's a whole bunch of problems here as Beryl. Okay, trying to get around. Okay, Wind becomes lightning. Coming on in there. Ultimate's still available from Prey. But remember, if you hit your opponent, you can't CC them.
Prey's like, what the hell do I do?
Yeah, exactly. Does eventually manage to get him to go back. But the problem is, that doesn't matter. The ulti lands and Beryl just says it was only a matter of time.
Ooh. Well, you know, I think that in general, Xinjiao is not going to have a fun time against Warwick in the 1v1, and especially after Beryl picked up that first kill.
Yeah.
Wasn't looking too good. He also had the CS advantage, so was able to get a lot more items, and
it's a best of 3,
yes.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, so we're back at it again. This time, though, Prey has decided to pick a champion from the role that he was known for, which I think might be helpful.
Wait, why did it stop?
It's like actually the worst whistle ever.
That was me trying to whistle when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah. And I guess Nunu isn't. He isn't exactly old.
Yeah.
As Beryl in a little bit of trouble here, but he's Nunu.
Yeah, the Lucian is going to be really annoying. Lucian, I feel like Prey was like, okay, enough funny business. Let's really, you know, get into the action. And Lucian, of course, one of the best mid-lane priority champions in Summoner's Rift.
Oh,
and
turret shot.
It's part of, you know, it's because he's such a good duelist. He can just always kind of put pressure on you in a 1v1 no matter what the matchup. So
yeah,
he's just like, okay, it's time to turn this one around. Enough having fun. Let's try to win.
Well, see whether it works out here. Of course, Lucian, not even just a duelist, right? You can control waves so nicely with your Piercing Light. You also have defensive options in your Relentless Pursuit.
Or retreat.
Yep. It can be, yeah, it's just, he's multifaceted. Got a few different skills that he can employ for a whole lot of different reasons. Let's see whether Beryl can defy the odds, though, as he flashes. Prey trying to get in there, and will do so. Decides to accept his fate. I think he possibly could have made it to relative safety there.
Wow, double ace.
That's so brutal. Oof.
Yeah.
Makes me really, yeah, it's sad. But you can see a lot of minions going to waste.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely
still a
worth,
victory.
you know. Prey has a lot more gold at this point in time with 12 more minions that he has taken, so he's going to be able to buy some more items, whereas Beryl doesn't get much on his back. He's got some pieces.
Yeah, he's got a ring, a book, a shield. He's actually got most of the possible early game item pickups that he could fit.
Oh, and he missed the cannon.
That feels bad.
All right, Beryl.
Okay, putting his ball together. Prey gets out of the way of it, and now the culling's there. Oh dear.
This is not fair.
It's really not. Hex Drinker was what was completed by Prey as well, and that's only going to make things more and more difficult. A lot of extra damage was actually available. As Beryl throws some snowballs around, Prey picks up the cannon, and an Ardent Blaze into that brush would be nice, Prey, but he decides not to do that. Just happy to continue this one out. Seeker's Arm Guard put together by Beryl.
He has frozen the wave.
Oh no.
Not entirely. It's only,
Against
it's only
a Nunu.
It's a soft freeze.
How ironic.
On Snowdown Showdown. It's very icy out here.
It is.
You mentioned before we got our first real snow that hit the ground today in Korea.
Yep.
So it's fitting.
It is. Apparently pressing E is the way that you completely counteract a snowball coming towards you. Prey demonstrating that one very nicely. As Beryl just going to bail once again. He's happy with the 11 minions that he's taken. He does not need any more. Instead, he's just going to build snowballs. And it's Christmas time. I've seen this one before, as Beryl decides to eat a minion on the way out.
I think the only way to win this as Nunu is to try to clear minions faster, but that doesn't even sound possible. But you're just never going to hit him with the snowball, right? Maybe you could, like, out-mana him if you just, like, clear the waves more efficiently. I'm trying to find a world in where this is possible.
He also has a Seeker's Arm Guard, which scales on killing minions. So a few more than 14 would be really helpful.
Yeah. Well, you can always do that, I suppose. Just gobble them up.
Not able to grab that one, but Prey now able to get some pressure onto this turret. Turret plates coming through as well. As, yeah. What is the game plan, Beryl?
I feel like Prey could be even more aggressive. He's just kind of playing with his food right now. Could even be poking down the turret if he was really trying to press the issue. But I suppose he just wants to be careful.
I mean, Beryl does need to all-in him, but I guess he is Nunu, and he only needs to get one kill.
You know, maybe what you can do is wait for sudden death, and then just absolute zero in the middle of the circle.
Yeah, maybe.
You probably die before you get it off, but maybe there is a world where it's possible. I don't know. But doesn't seem too likely.
I mean, this is a world champion support.
True.
2020.
Very true. Wow. Big damage. Prey's gonna pop one sip of the refillable.
Oh, still sitting on his remaining one. Currently 35 CS in the lead, which is, you know, quite a decent lead.
Yes.
those people who are a little bit mathematically disinclined.
Yeah. Well, he picked up the plated steel caps. I'm gonna, you know, I think come LCK time I'll get used to it, but for now I still want to just call them Ninja Tabi.
Yeah, right.
But
maybe it's because of too many Ninja Tabi, Ninja Tabby, Ninja not knowing what to call it arguments.
I guess so.
That might be it. As Barrel's going to go for one last back. Can he actually complete anything? Yes, he puts together another book.
Nice.
That's what he wants. Okay, I can hear the Korean commentators going a little bit nuts right now. I don't know what it necessarily means, though.
Well, let's see how this snowball goes, because this could be the setup.
Oh, nailed it!
And, yeah, well...
This is the most exciting thing of this whole series.
Just get in the bush and start your ult, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, that's going to be the culling down, at least.
Well, the circle is closing in, ladies and gentlemen.
Barrel will be forced to take an action.
Yes, indeed. Prey may also have to do a thing.
Yes. All right, here we go. This is the one.
The paper's flying off it. The relentless pursuit works this time. Absolute zero opportunity to win. Oh, God. What do we do now? What do we do?
I was like, let me just burn. Yeah, I think Nunu's probably, like, not very good against Lucian at this sort of thing. Just kind of counterpicked, I guess.
Just walks casually into the fire. As, okay, that's going to be an even series. This is the deciding game. We'll see who's going to be able to do it. The bans were Warwick, Poppy, and
Draven.
Pantheon. And Lucian, Caitlyn, and Kai'Sa taken away as Draven versus Heimerdinger.
Prey really wants to win this one. He's pulling out all the stops. And he's going to go with the Draven here. I suppose you could, you know, build it up, get the one kill, reset, spend your gold, come back, try to use that to your advantage.
Yeah, now that it is 2 kills, does mean the Adoration does do something.
Yeah.
So that's good. But also Draven just has a really, really good early game, right? His Whirling Axes just do a lot of damage based on base scaling. So he is a decent choice here. The problem is, Beryl is the most annoying champion to 1v1 in the game, in my personal opinion, in the Heimerdinger.
Yeah, there's Heimer, there's Teemo.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Yeah.
Those are really annoying. And yeah, I mean, he's just going to be pushed in here, essentially. I think he should be autoing a little bit more. Because Heimer certainly does have that potential to go for the turret kill win.
Or at least it's the minion score win, right? Like, that's what's so comfortable. But I guess that doesn't really work anymore. So that was the old strategy. See what Barrel's able to do, though, because you can just, like you were saying, shut them out from their own minions, get way more gold, and then park your turrets next to their turret. That's not a lot you can do. Currently just throwing rockets around. As you can see his Super Soakers getting a little bit frustrated here. Okay, stun comes down. That's a tough one to hit. Prey needs to hold onto his W to try and get out of the way of the grenades.
He's just going to heal up here. You can see that Barrel just marches his turrets forward, and that's all he's got to do. He can clear the minion wave, as you mentioned, really easily, and then just throw out his missiles. And this is going to be annoying for Draven. This is almost like you kind of just got to go all in with the Draven. Your poke is not going to do as much.
Damn, these grenades are so good.
Yeah.
Out of Barrel.
Barrel's pretty good at this game, turns out.
If you've played Heimer before, though, you can be as good as you want at skill shots. Landing the grenade as Heimerdinger is like the hardest thing to do in the game, I swear.
Ooh, he took 2 turret shots!
That's a flex.
I think I caster cursed him. I don't know, like... He's taking his time moving these turrets up. He doesn't want to be too aggressive, but he's got Prey pretty low.
Yep. Also wants to try and stockpile them just a little bit. Shoves one into the brush here. As you can't move them up too far because this sort of circumstance happens where the minion wave clears out your turrets, so you sort of want them where the minions are going to meet. Whirling Death comes down. And Prey's looking for a back opportunity. try and take the pressure off.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a pretty good time to just go for the back after using your ult, but I suppose not yet. He'll just pick up the healing and get back at it.
Yep. Also, I mean, Heimer can hold minion waves so comfortably as there's the ulti out of the Heimer lands. Another stun as Prey. He's burning down. That's the flash to get out of the way.
Had the missile hit, I think he just kills him right there. With the ignite ticking, that was pretty close.
Flash still up here from Beryl as well.
Oh, again.
He's on a sliver. This is a deciding match, remember, guys, of this semi-final. For an opportunity to be 1v1 champion of Korea. Beryl looking to try and do it on a mad scientist as Prey pokes his head out with 120 health.
Beryl does have to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to go entirely out of mana, because then Prey can just walk up on him and two-shot him with a couple of axes, probably.
This would be so much catharsis for Prey if he's able to get a victory on Draven. This is something that throughout his career he was never really able to do. That scoreline was never what we wanted out of Prey, who did like picking up the Draven here and there. Many a time, not a lot of success. This would mean a lot to him. The Praven, many people have spoken about.
Yeah, he's gonna ult again. He could try to hit Beryl, but Beryl smartly will move left and avoid it. Trying to clear out himself as well. And now we're gonna have the back finally coming in.
We'll see what Prey can actually put together here, whether it's going to be enough to help him out here. Decides to cancel the back, never mind. None of these players are going to be able to go back and purchase any items at all this game, apparently. The minions get angry at Prey. Beryl looking for the opportunity. Ignite goes down onto Prey. Will he have enough here? I believe the answer is going to be no. Oh, the barrier just up in time.
Yeah, you know, he did a nice amount of damage to the turret as well, you know? He almost got it down to its second plate after all that, and Prey is still zoned out, essentially, so you can probably just walk up, get another turret plate, and then back away if he wants to play it safe. Or just, I think, best decision here.
Yep. Bunch of extra money as the plate falls down. And Beryl's able to set up his turrets now right underneath the tower, which just makes things more and more difficult.
Yeah, he didn't actually back. He was just sitting here trying to do as much damage as possible. Cleared out a lot of the minions so his didn't die.
Yeah, also sudden death at a pretty good timing for Beryl to find his back. We'll channel it. Up in farm doesn't really mean anything, but does mean that he does have a bit more money to go back and utilize. And that's going to be a Zhonya's Oblivion Orb also there. Now does give grievous wounds if you guys haven't played too much in the preseason. So if Prey did manage to get down to that lifeline, the healing is not going to be as high as you'd be hoping. Oh god, Prey almost burning to death there as he decides to go back and grab himself an elixir.
Close one. But he's back. He's back in action. I don't think he's going to be too happy when he sees these items, though.
Yeah, that's Sork shoes. Like, this is a very scary Heimer.
Because it's perfect for this kind of thing where you have the sudden death ring coming in, because you just...
Yeah, they have to come to you.
Yeah, you ult your turret and then you just Zhonya's, and it's like, well, what do I do exactly? I guess I just died.
Well, Prey is hoping that he can start this fight a little bit before that has an opportunity. The lifeline is in, but the ignite is down. The Oblivion Orb there. Prey jumps over the top. Oh, he's burning down in the turret. Finishes him off. You called it. The Zhonya's was going to be the problem, and you were absolutely right.
Yeah, I like that Prey knew about this, and he's like, well, I got to start the fight now. Otherwise, I have zero chance, and, you know, does a nice amount of damage, but nothing compared to all the turrets, the Zhonya's, the super turret, getting those shots in, and that made it the simple victory there for Beryl. Down to sudden death, 2-1 in the best of 3.
So the dream of Prey versus Deft in the final is over, but Beryl definitely looking like the better player in that best of 3. But it did go the full way, and that is the dream. Now, Deft versus Canna. the older gentleman from the bottom lane against the very young rookie of 2020 in Canna on the top side of the map. Voted into All-Stars in his rookie year as the T1 top laner. Very impressive, especially given the top lane talent here in the LCK.
Teemo.
Oh,
you know,
God.
I actually like it.
Will it work against the Graggy, though?
I'm not so sure,
Yeah.
honestly. I think that might be one of his harder matchups.
I like how Canna decided to get rid of the Cho'Gath. I think Cho'Gath really was going to be a big problem.
Ooh.
Okay, there's first blood. I think we go to the next game. This is over.
Yeah, I think Def won this one.
Yeah, I think it's done.
Yep.
Wind up the tape.
All right.
That barrel's completely off. Canna definitely going to be able to pick this one up. That's a great dab. And gets the blind as well. So, it's in Teemo's favor now. God, Teemo's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Even just watching him walk, Valdez.
He kind of like just... Why does he kind of waddle like that? Is it because his head is so large?
Yeah, it might be like his legs are also really small.
Yeah.
And gravity doesn't affect him that much because he's small. So
I figured that was the case, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, gravity affects him the same amount. However, he just doesn't have as much mass. That's a good combo out of depth.
I'm glad you saved yourself there.
Yeah, really.
The physics majors were
a lot
coming
of
at you.
physicists just going to murder me.
Yeah. They were going to tweet at you angrily.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm going to need this too. Especially my dad. He's a mechanical engineer. He'd be very upset. As Def, he's just going to wait for this minion wave to come in just while drinking himself some grog.
Mm-hmm.
And Canna just continues to dab because he's Teemo. And look at his face. So incredibly happy to be playing Teemo right here.
Really
Not happy
enjoyed
to
himself.
take that particular body slam.
Yeah.
Which did a lot of damage.
And he has gone for Lost Chapter here. So I think once he hits 6, there's going to be a lot of mushrooms everywhere, and they're going to do a ton of damage. He's just not really going to be able to walk around Def. He's just going to be poked down. He's going to not be able to walk forward. And I think the team is just going to have total control over the lane. Really, Def, the only thing he can do is try to all-in here.
But Gragas is really good at all-inning.
Yes.
So now that he has hit level 6, the Explosive Cask will help him here. And he can just keep drinking. And that will keep that health bar nice and high. As he's looking to try and get some zoning done, but Def misses out on a cannon in the meantime. Can he zone Canna away from this is going to be the question, and I think the answer will be no.
Well, he was smiling a lot.
There's the flash body slam. Another couple of autos, and the barrel, no! What a disaster. As Canna, he did have to use his barrier, but he still has his ignite.
Yeah.
Slight miscalculation there, as Def might need to call his friend Score and say, hey man, you told me that it was this health threshold at level 6 that I was going to be able to get the kill.
He didn't factor in the barrier.
Yeah.
He could have just waited, you know, because he just let the ignite tick down, does a bunch more of good HP damage and not barrier damage. If he pops the barrier, then you wait and then you cask. But just thought he could pick up the kill, wasn't the case.
Canna didn't miss out on any experience there either. He was
Yeah.
able to get the experience for the cannon even though he didn't get the gold. So Def goes back, both of these players, with a veritable library in a couple of books on both sides, and a rock.
That is a ruby?
Ah, sorry, I thought it was...
Actually, no,
it
it's
was
a
a reading
It's a
rock.
crystal.
Is it?
Isn't it? It's still called ruby
I mean, it's
crystal,
a ruby,
right?
it's ruby and a crystal, so I guess it's both.
But ruby is the color, I would imagine.
That's true. However,
is the crystal that is that color?
or is a ruby crystal a ruby?
That's
because
the
it's a
question.
crystal
That's really the question,
red.
actually. What is the name for a professional gem person?
I think you just said it. I think it's professional.
Professional.
Gem person.
If there are any professional gem people, make sure you reach out and let us know
Is it
about
a-
ruby crystal.
If you're a professional gem, does that make you just a geologist?
No.
No? Because
I
like
don't
that,
know.
geology is like rocks and stuff.
Maybe,
so
it's
that's
a
what it is.
gemologist.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this is the conversation that we want to be having, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if there's too much analysis that goes into like, oh yeah, great positioning there as he walked forward and used his Q. Obviously, some big moments are there, but there's not too much going on right now, as neither side has killed each other.
True. Another turret plate going to go down though, as Deft, suffers a bit of damage for it, but he does have a level advantage. He's feeling pretty good about that. There's an explosive cask, party cask, everyone. As Deft will be able to clear out those minions, and does buy himself a back timing if he wants it. Canna went home and got a dress from the shop, but otherwise is unable to augment his build very much. Yes, I apologize. Max range.
Not a dress.
Body slam.
It's like a cape, kind of.
Yeah. I think it is like a cape.
I mean, that is, I guess, what a mantle is, right?
Yeah, but it does look like a dress as well.
But it, like, comes over the shoulders, like, wraps around your neck a little bit more.
Yep.
I'm no mantle expert myself.
No, we need to work out the word for a mantle export as well. A gemologist. People are coming up with some words, Valdez, in the Twitch chat. As Canna, avoided the body slam. Mineralologist, gemologist. Basically, it's just a word that has something to do with gems and then ologist at the end. And then, then you're going to hopefully be right. As sudden death is almost upon us.
Geminontologist, I think.
Gemologist.
Probably correct.
Yep.
That's just my first guess, though.
A lololololologist.
Oh,
goes
okay.
Back. Okay.
Gets the Ludens. He had the components of a Leandri's anguish.
Just call it
I
a
love
Leandri's.
that they
Just call
changed
it a
the
Leandri's.
name of an item that's been around for how many years? Like,
yeah, I know.
Why? Exactly?
I mean, I just call it Burning Face anyway, so it doesn't really affect me.
Mask.
Yeah, I didn't have to figure that one out.
Yeah. Well,
the hot mask. Okay, Deft clearing out some minions, but sudden death is coming. Now, will Canna be able to win the 1v1?
We are on the cusp.
No kills for anyone
Nothing
yet.
has happened for 7 minutes.
Mushrooms coming in. Look at that. Look at the vision provided by this cannon. Deft only needs to play around the blind so that the W damage isn't denied. But he can eat these mushrooms. A gentleman of Gragas' stature, very happy about that. And now Canna does manage to get that blind in. There's the barrel. As Deft just shows that it's way too easy in game one. I'm glad we were talking about
that
gems
so
that whole time.
anticlimactic. Nothing happened. You just killed the mushroom and then just killed him.
Skaboop. We call that a skaboop.
Okay.
As we'll see whether the Gragas ban comes in. Deft 2 Gragas games in a row. He's not allowed.
All right. Gangplank against Rumble. We've seen this one before many times. And already getting into the action.
Okay. Deft looking to try and confirm himself into the final for this 1v1 LCK Invitational. Up against Beryl, the guy who trolled himself to the top. Rumble Gangplank. Wasn't what I was expecting. But it feels like a top lane matchup, which should benefit Canna. But you can see this Rumble having a pretty good time so far. Looking for that 1v1. Barriers coming down already.
Yep, you got it.
Deft is in trouble. Yeah, does manage to find it in the end. The parlay. And it's going to get a whole lot harder. The good old Rumble.
Yeah, you know, just the burn damage slowly ticking away with the Ignite is too much, level 3. And yeah, just pops him in the back.
Oh no, look at these items as well, Valdez. There's the Seeker's Arm Guard. I do like the item change, the icon change for the Seeker's Arm Guard. It now actually looks like a wrist, which is just so valuable.
Yeah, they did the right thing with that one, you know?
Yeah, it looked a little bit like blueberry ice cream before, and now looks like actually a gauntlet, which is pretty cool.
I like that you use the word gauntlet. I feel like it's very fitting.
Well, let's see whether Deft can be the one to take that one down, and he is. Okay, Flame Spitter coming on in. Silences himself. That's a lot of extra auto damage, and the minions are all here. Harpoon misses, though. And the little Yordle going to have to get himself out of there. 7-5 in farm. You can see the focus is not on killing creeps. Both of these players.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a sneaky one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Snuck it right through. He's doing a nice amount of damage. The Merc Tread's helping out a lot. As Deft hasn't been able to buy nearly as much stuff. And now level 6 for Kana.
Yep, Deft not going to be able to get to level 6 unless he can make it to a minion wave. As now kind of doesn't exactly have the life lead. They're looking for this 1v1 again. Flame Spitter coming on out. And there's the Cannon Barrage. But just sort of thrown into the wind. Deft with his Scrap Shield keeps himself alive. Still desperate for that level 6, where that Equalizer will be able to turn this one. And gets it. Okay, can we find it? There it is. Completely whiffs.
Look at Deft's face. He's like, this is why I don't play top lane.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. We've seen Deft pull off so many mechanical outplays in his career, and then we saw that.
Do you know what's worse? Is the fact that Equalizer and Victor's E are like the same as far as like the mechanic. And Deft was one of our better Victor bottom lane players when Awesome Dudes were a thing.
Yeah.
So he has no excuse, actually.
Atlas will not allow him any excuses.
Not in
not
the
allowed.
most prestigious of 1v1 invitationals. Absolutely not Valdez. But he does manage to utilize his Flame Spitter very nicely, so that was good CS.
He's really got the range down on that thing. He knows how to dip in and out, and just makes it really annoying for Kana to be next to these minions.
Oh god, yeah. Now with a few points in it, starting to really hurt. Even with a level disadvantage, somehow misses that cannon. I'd be tilted. As, remember, Equalizer, much shorter cooldown than the Cannon Barrage, so Deft is going to have a few more opportunities earlier on. He's probably really regretting that early 1v1 didn't go his way. Yeah, it's starting to look like the tides have been turned.
I think that Deft can kind of just wait here for sudden death and maybe go for this one. Okay, he's going to clear the minion wave.
Yeah.
An interesting decision. Wants to go back and buy, it seems.
Yep, Canna eats some oranges. Should be all right. That's a great fadeaway Harpoon, as now Deft is going to go for that back timing like you were talking about. Oh no, take it back.
Huh. Thinks he can get some more poking down, and he is correct.
And a turret plate as well.
He can poke himself with the enemy turret.
Very interesting. Somehow, despite the fact that that early trade did not go well for Deft, he has got himself back in a really good spot. Barrel's going to go wide. Ooh. That's an early barrier. Big button now on cooldown. Cannon Barrage very, very close. And that's going to mean Canna will have the advantage, at least for a little while.
Oh,
the
dead.
Ignite.
Oh!
Barrier comes through, but will the Ignite be enough? No, it will not. That's one tick of Flame Spitter, but Deft doesn't have Flash. So Canna can predict what's going to happen here.
Ooh. That did a lot of damage, actually. Deft trying to zone him off the wave. Oh! Now he's got some oranges. So with a lot of mana, Kana is just going to slowly come back in the sustain war. And Deft, he's going to have to buy here before this, the sudden death does begin.
Well, Barrel set up here by Canna and finally gets a pushback. And sudden death, like you were saying, 30 seconds time.
And now we buy our final items.
Indeed. It's a lot of extra money here for Deft, as you can see. However, that's only in his pocket. All up, they are 100% even.
Wow.
That's crazy. It's between 20 gold. That means nothing. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Oh, God. That is just like full Trinity Force. purchased right there. Has himself a small dress as well.
Riftmaker here for Deft. It's actually a great idea. He's going to be forced into this fight, whether he likes it or not. So he's going to be fighting. He's going to be in combat. And
also just a ridiculous item for Rumble just in general.
He's going to be burning them down real fast.
Yeah. Well, Canna getting into position, getting those barrels down.
Yep. It's not about the minions anymore.
Yep. Deft might have him in a false sense of security. As Canna, ulti at the ready. All those buttons back available as well. Deft does have his barrier, but they start hitting these barrels, things get real rough as Deft avoids that one. Equalizer comes through, gets a couple of ticks, but that harpoon goes wide. Now Deft needs to try and turn it. Doesn't even want to get the health pack. He's not going to be able to reach it in time here as the barrier eventually comes in and Deft finishes him off.
How did he do that?
Oh, just baiting. Didn't even need the health pack, Valdez.
Yeah. He just smacked him at the end. Just down to the wire here. Deft turns around. You're like, oh, did he move too far forward? The answer is no. Even taking damage from the barrel. Canna moves up and then just gets bopped in the face. Slapped with the backhand of Rumble's machine chainsaw thingy.
Is that a technical term?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's the official name. If you have a look in the lore, ladies and gentlemen, machine thingy.
Yeah, and
absolutely it
makes it up against Beryl. The teammates of today are the enemies in the Red Bull 1v1 tournament.
I wonder whether that means that Deft will have, or Beryl will have the way to play the psychological mind games and get themselves the victory. Because we've now done it. This is the 1v1 Invitational, and it made it all the way to the end. Deft and Beryl, the bottom lane, now turned against one another for their final attempt at victory here today. At least we know that LCK is going to win this time. Didn't happen so much earlier in the day.
I guess that's true.
So one of them is going to taste victory.
Whoever made it to the finals. That's the way it was going to be. And,
well, we are going to pop to an interview, guys. So I believe we will have G-Sun standing by.
G-Sun joined by the LCK 1v1 tournament finalist Beryl. And first up, I'm going to ask him how he feels about making it into the finals after taking down Jelly, Canyon, and Prey. 우선 정말 축하드려요. 인간 젤리, 캐년, 프레이를 모두 꺾고 결승에 진출하셨는데 소감 한마디 부탁드립니다.
솔직히 예상은 캐니언 선수 이제 건부한테 질 줄 알았거든요. 왜냐면 이제 건부가 정글러임에도 불구하고 좀 다른 라인을 되게 잘해서 저희 건부가 저희 원래 미드탑이랑 이렇게 1대1로 손을 많이 풀었었거든요, 대회 때. 그래서 좀 많이 힘들 줄 알았었는데 좀 운이 많이 좋아서 결승에 좀 올라왔던 것 같아요.
To be honest, I didn't expect to take down Canyon, especially because even though he's a jungler, he's really talented in other roles, and also he always plays 1v1 before going into the competitive match up against the mid and top laners. So I thought he was gonna be coming out super strong, but I think I got really lucky to move on to the final. And then I'm gonna ask him about the opponent at the final, Stephs, though. Even though he said he did not expect this kind of result. Now he's going up against Team Deft for the finals. So any message over to him? 그러면 이제 예상치 못하셨다고 하셨는데 결승에 진출 성공하셨고요. 이제 데프트 선수를 만나게 되었는데 혹시 전하고 싶은 메시지가 있을까요?
뭔가 데프트 선수가 대충 올라올 거를 예상하고 있긴 했었는데 이제 그래도 데프트 선수가 그 방송에서 많이 보여줬던 뭐 그런 1대1 압박이나 이제 피지컬이 되게 뛰어나서 되게 준비를 좀 많이 해야 될 것 같아요. 그래도 저도 이제 가만히 있을 순 없고 이제 저희 서포터 라인에 이제 반격을 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
So yeah, I did expect Dev to make it to the finals, but yeah, he's really strong playing up 1v1 matches, especially exerting all the pressures, and also he has great mechanics. But me as a support, I think it's time to show how support players strike back. 여기까지가 LCK 레드불 토너먼트 1대1 토너먼트 결승자 베릴 선수였습니다. And this was Beryl, the LCK Red Bull 1v1 tournament finalist. This is Jason, joined by the LCK Red Bull 1v1 tournament finalist, Deft, for the interview. So first off, I'm going to ask him how he feels about moving on to the finals after stomping Kana in the semis with a clean 2-0 victory. 우선은 승리 정말 축하드려요. 결승에 진출하신 것도 너무너무 축하드리고요. 4강에서 칸나 선수를 2대0으로 꺾고 이제 결승에 진출하셨는데 소감 한마디 부탁드립니다.
일단 앞선 16강이랑 8강에서는 이제 아무래도 비교적 뭔가 프로 이제 마타 형 같은 경우에는 게임을 안 한 지 좀 되었고, 또 이제 나라카이 선수 같은 경우에는 그래도 저는 프로게이머고 이제 방송을 하시는 분이니까 당연히 이겨야 된다고 생각을 했는데, 이제 칸나 선수랑은 질 수도 있겠다 싶었는데 이기게 돼서 조금 더 기뻤던 것 같아요.
So compared to round 16 and the quarterfinals, I was facing up against Mara or Narakyle. Well, Mara has not been playing as a pro for a long time, and also Narakyle, he's a streamer, so as a professional player, I was thinking like, yeah, of course I have to win. But when I was facing up against Kana, I was like, maybe I might lose to him, but so it felt even better after I took him down. And the last question will be, so he'll be facing up against Burrow, and in the previous interview, he said he's gonna show the dignity of support players. So, is there any trash talk back to Burrow? 그럼 마지막으로 이제 결승전 상대는 베릴 선수인데 이제 결승전을 앞둔 인터뷰에서 서포터의 품격을 보여주겠다, 매섭게 몰아치는 모습을 보여주겠다라고 하셨는데 그러면 반대로 베릴 선수에게 혹시 한마디 하실 말씀 있으신가요?
사실 이게 이제 협곡에서는 바텀 라인전 할 때 주로 이제 서포터들이 좀 원거리 딜러를 많이 괴롭히는데 이제 제가 베릴 선수한테 뭔가 당한 게 많이 있어서 좀 제대로 갚아줄 시간이 온 것 같아요.
Well, actually on the Rift, it is the support players that kind of bully the AD carries during the game. So, and also Barrett was one of the players that was, picking me on a lot during the game. So I think this is my time to pay back. And this was the our LCK Red Bull 1v1 finalist, Deft. 여기까지가 데프트 선수였습니다.
Thank you so much, Jisun. Back-to-back interviews. Is there anything she cannot do? That is the question. Nope. Both of these players absolutely deserving of this auspicious moment, which is the grand final for the Red Bull LCK 1v1 International. And looking forward to who's going to be able to take it. I think Beryl's right to be scared because Deft does exert a lot of pressure.
He does, and that'll be tomorrow at the finals. So make sure you're watching that tomorrow as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is going to bring us to a break before we do get into some LPL action. So we'll see you after that.
Hey Mercedes, legends run wild, each one unique, with astonishing power, unstoppable, master warriors, ready to compete. Seeking glory. We live it, we breathe it, we have each other's back. Together, we become legends, icons of a new generation.